Nike was fined $5,000 every single game of the 1984 to 85 NBA season. Not once, not twice, every single game. By the time the season ended, the bill had hit $170,000, and Nike paid every dollar of it without blinking. Why would a company willingly pay a six-figure fine to a sports league? The answer is sitting on shelves right now, selling for $200 retail and flipping on StockX for $400 the same afternoon. This is the story of the Air Jordan 1 High, the shoe that the NBA banned, the shoe that built a dynasty, and the shoe that accidentally invented sneaker culture as we know it. To understand the Jordan 1, you have to understand where Nike was in 1984. They were losing. Adidas owned basketball. Converse had Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Nike had running shoes and a prayer. Their basketball division was hemorrhaging money. There was serious talk inside the company about shutting it down entirely. Then came the 1984 NBA draft. A kid from North Carolina named Michael Jordan was the third pick overall. Nike's executives flew to Chicago to meet him. Jordan didn't want to go. He was an Adidas guy. His mother had to convince him to take the meeting. Nike's pitch was simple. We'll build a shoe around you. Not just a signature colorway, your own line, your own brand. They offered him $500,000 a year for 5 years, a royalty on every shoe sold, and complete creative control over the Jordan line. Adidas never made a counteroffer. They didn't think a basketball player could sell shoes. The man who drew the Air Jordan 1 was Peter Moore, Nike's creative director. Moore had never designed a signature shoe before. He had 6 months, a blank sketchbook, and one instruction: make it look like Michael Jordan. He started with the silhouette. High-top ankle collar, much taller than anything else on the market. Full-grain leather upper, premium, structured, a statement. The toe box, perforated for ventilation. The outsole, a modified waffle tread with Nike Air cushioning hidden in the heel beneath a translucent window. The swoosh was oversized and aggressive, running from midfoot almost to the toe. And on the ankle collar, the Wings logo. A simple circular emblem that would become one of the most replicated logos in fashion history. Then came the color. Jordan wanted black and red. Nike mapped the Chicago Bulls palette directly onto the shoe, red and black with white accents. What we now call the Bred colorway. Moore also designed a second version, red, white, and black. The Chicago colorway. He handed in the sketches. Nike approved them. And then the NBA got involved. The NBA had a uniform code. Shoes had to be at least 51% white. The Bred Jordan 1 was not even close. The league sent Nike a letter before the season even started. The shoes violated league rules. Jordan could not wear them on court. Nike read the letter. And then they did something extraordinary. They told Jordan to wear them anyway. Every game Jordan laced up the Bred Jordan 1s, the NBA fined Nike $5,000. Nike paid it. Every time. They had done the maths. The fine was $5,000. But every time the camera cut to Jordan's feet, and the cameras always cut to Jordan's feet, millions of people saw those shoes. $5,000 for a national television impression. In 1985, that was practically free. The campaign, then Nike turned the ban into the ad. The banned commercial aired in 1985. It showed the Jordan 1 with a voiceover. On October 15th, Nike created a revolutionary new basketball shoe. On October 18th, the NBA threw them out of the game. Fortunately, the NBA can't stop you from wearing them. Sales went through the roof. Nike had projected $3 million in Jordan shoe sales for year one. They hit $162 million. The Jordan 1 was designed to be a basketball shoe. What happened next was not planned. Director Spike Lee became the shoe's most visible ambassador off the court. He wore them everywhere, On set, on the street, in public. He appeared in Nike ads alongside Jordan. Suddenly, the Jordan 1 wasn't just a basketball shoe, it was a cultural object. Hip-hop picked it up in the late 1980s. Run DMC had already made Adidas superstars famous. But the Jordan 1 represented something different. It was aspirational. It was expensive. It was the shoe of the greatest player alive. Wearing it was a statement. Through the 1990s, it became part of the uniform of an entire generation, not just on courts, but on corners, in music videos, in classrooms. Nike retroed the Jordan 1 for the first time in 1994, then again in 2001. Each retro introduced a new generation to the silhouette. By the mid-2000s, sneaker collecting had emerged as a subculture, and the Jordan 1 High was its most coveted object. In 2017, Virgil Abloh changed everything. His Off-White X Air Jordan 1, Chicago, deconstructed the shoe, exposed foam on the collar, zip ties on the lace loop, Helvetica text printed directly on the upper, AIR. The original colorway, reimagined as high fashion. It retailed at $190. It immediately resold for over $2,000. Some pairs hit $6,000. Travis Scott followed in 2019 with the reverse mocha, a swoosh that faced backwards, earth tones instead of bull's red, hidden pockets sewn into the ankle. Retail, $170. Resale, over $1,000 within hours. Fragment Design's collab brought Japanese minimalism to the silhouette. Navy and white, clean as architecture. It fetched prices that rivaled luxury watches on the secondary market. In 2021, the Air Jordan 1 High was the single most resold sneaker on the global secondary market. Not the most hyped new release, the most resold shoe, period. Across all brands, all silhouettes, all years. Peter Moore has said he never imagined the shoe would last beyond one season. He was designing a performance basketball shoe, not a cultural monument. Michael Jordan hated it at first. He called it the clown shoe. He would have preferred Adidas. The NBA tried to kill it before it started. And yet, 40 years later, the Air Jordan 1 High is the most influential sneaker ever made. Not the most technically advanced, not the most comfortable, but the one that proved a shoe could be more than footwear. It could be a story, a rebellion, an identity. If you've made it this far, you already know which Jordan 1 colorway is the greatest of all time. So drop it in the comments. Bred Chicago, Off-White, Travis Reverse Mocha. Make your case. And if this video convinced you that the Jordan 1 is the GOAT of sneakers, subscribe, because we are just getting started.